Today is Monday, Parashat Mishpatim. The parasha of this week starts with the letter Vav, which means and. Ve'ele Mishpatim, and these are the laws. Usually, and happens in the beginning of, actually in the middle of a sentence, not at the beginning of a whole chapter, of a whole parasha. Usually, and connects two parts of a sentence, of a phrase. So here, it's as if the Torah is telling us, and these are the laws. In other words, last week we read about the revelation at Mount Sinai, which is an incredible divine revelation that started with Anochi Hashem Elokecha Asher Hotzeticha Meretz Mitzrayim. I am Hashem, your God, who took you out from Egypt. And one may think that religion is only about ritual and synagogues and certain commandments that have to do between you and Hashem, having to do with faith, with not to worship idols, etc. But the parasha of this week tells us, and these are the laws, and the parasha deals mostly with many laws that have to do between man and his fellow man. Respect for the property of others, not to injure any person. What would happen if there was a certain situation where somebody got injured by your actions? What do? This is the most important concept in Judaism, that to reach a high level of spirituality, it definitely has to do with how we relate to other people. And it's not just a coincidence that the Lishkat Agazit, which was the seat of the Supreme Jewish Court, was right next. Actually, some of it was even inside the Bet HaMikdash, the place of the Holy Temple, a place of ritual, a place of service to Hashem. Right next to it was the Supreme Court that adjudicate cases between people. And there are many subjects brought in this parasha. What happens if you injure a person? You have a certain liability to that person. You have to take care of his expenses, whether it is his time off work or the damage that you cause him, the pain that you cause him, the medical bills, the embarrassment that you may have caused him. You injured somebody in his face, now he has a scar, there is an embarrassment involved, you have to pay for that. Every detail that could come up in relations between people is something that the Torah relates to and Torah deals with. And this is one of the most important messages that we always have to carry with us, that religion is not just about how you relate to God and about your faith in Hashem or how you pray, but most importantly is how you relate to others and the respect that you have to others, whether to others themselves or to their property, and how your actions impact another person is most important. And the Gemara goes into great details, even in your own property. There are certain things that you would not be allowed to do if it's so close to the fence of your neighbor that it may have an impact on your neighbor's property, because you have to think about the impact on those around you. Even if you had a property that had a wall and now you want to open a window on a second floor that may look into your neighbor's backyard, there is something called hezek re'iyah, which is you're going to compromise the privacy of the other person. That would be something that you may not be allowed to do. So the Torah deals with all the issues that have to do with life in general, including definitely how you relate to others. And that's one of the messages of the parasha of this week. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.